just to say about Ellen, and I think, because when I was talking to him during the week about Ellen, I thought it was incredible. At 14, she was commended the Patrick Kavanagh Student Poetry Award, which is a great accolade, really, And then, of course, ever since then, been published in various places like Motley, Brack, and it's written down here, and anthologies. I suppose at this point, really, I have nothing more except to say congratulations. And is Ellen here?
Yeah.
I was reading what the judges who they described her work as being a remarkably self-assured writer with impressive range of depth in her poetry and prose, resulting in deeply personal yet universal meditations on life and living. I think that's very apt for tonight, and for actually for life in general. And like, judges don't throw out these things lightly, because they put their name to it, and it's a very real accolade. Ellen, I can't see anybody here because I've got sunglasses on. Will you come up and read?
Yeah. This poem is called Cumha, which is the Irish word for homesickness, or that loneliness you get when you're away from home. It kind of made me think there, Cónal was saying the lovely piece about his mum being away from Beara, just that feeling of being away from home. The postage stamp is apple red. You've never liked the green ones. Tightly trimmed in paper lace and pressed upon the envelope, I licked and neatly sealed. Glue taste tacky on my tongue, not like the apple sweetness promised to me by the paint. Coats my hands in sap, in syrup, warms my skin where you should be. Spanish rain is also cold and thick with eucalyptus. The trees stoop slow and low to offer fruit from bending branches, so heavy with the orange weight, the roundness. All around us, citrus mist fills the fountain with its freshness, with its sugar. And every hour from the gutter, clouds are split in cracks of white, and the wishes thrown to water blink and wink and turn to light. At night I leave the window open to let it breathe hot air into the room, into the stillness where I stew in sounds of traffic, sounds of men clinking cobblestones, their bottles on the brick, a pigeon split wide open on the steps, a seagull pecks under the street lamps, enshrined in yellowed pools. I wish that you were here so I could tell you how I slept, to watch you drink hot coffee, burn your tongue, eat a pastry, brush from folds of clothes, flakes of butter, glowing gold, like the sun that falls in strips across your cheek, across your lips, the light that warms your skin, where I should be. Thank you. Continuing the Dutch theme, this one is called Dutch Braid. Paint peels from my nails in coils, in strips like scales that curl from me, cut crimson on the bathroom tile, the black smooth mile of slate and grout, the shower drain choked by hair, red and brown and curling. Candles burn all evening, I blow them out before we sleep, and smoke seeps through the darkness and you cough your protest back to me. I let it in quiet breaths, you let it out in quiet sighs. We dream of mist and fire, dream of matches, dream of fireflies. You were only passing through to sit with me a while, to let me hold your hair in lines of threes, in twists of twos. Another quiet breath for just a moment in the room. The route it loops and dips beneath my thumb, the time divided into strands between my hands, in piles of scarlet and maroon. And in the morning, rising early, moving ghostly to the hallway, through the kitchen lit by lamplight, a strange and paling blue, riding slowly to the train, to the station's backward gloam, for your face to join the others in the windows, looking out into a darkness that I melt in, that I'll ride back through alone. Thank you. ending the Erasmus trio. This one is called Groningen. Arriving hot, arriving sweaty, sick and stretched out from the sun. Arriving worn from tired rhythms, tired visions, image numb. The choke of engine smoke, meeting black slate where the ridges, the slow suburban strangle of the fringes. Then released to cough the village from my lungs, leaving room for city streets, leaving room for bridges, boats. Canals turn green to grey, the water hardened, wintering, crystallized to thaw again in spring. Spilling sludge out on the cobblestones to melt beneath my boot and stick under the sole, a cool intrusion. The weather gently storming in my chest, wearing thin, the fusion of the foreign and familiar within. This place is not perfection, but it is where I cut from life, some smooth peace, some growing fullness as a year passed through my hands, returning home, sweetened, sober, callous softened without wire, refilled with hunger, wanting fiercely, in a way I hope I'll never learn to satisfy. Thank you.